Hello everyone, Marco Chiappetta for HotHardware here. I'm going to quickly show you Nvidia's Shield tablet and the new wireless Shield controller. I'm checking these out live in New York. Let me get this out of the way. We'll get back to that in a second. This is the new Shield tablet. It has an 8-inch display, and of course it's powered by Nvidia's Tegra K1 SoC. The screen has a resolution of 1920 by 1080, and like the Shield portable device, it's running a mostly unchanged version of Android. It's nice and clean. Nvidia's delivering updates fairly regularly, and the really only additions are apps and pieces of software that add support for the stylus or the Shield Hub, which was formerly called Nvidia's Tegra Zone. So the tablet itself looks much like the Tegra Note 7, but I have to tell you the build quality is significantly better. If you look along this edge, you have the port for the stylus. This one doesn't have it, but I'm not sure how well this is going to come across. This is where the LTE version will have a SIM slot. There is a micro SD slot here, volume rocker, and the power button. On the back, we have a 5-megapixel camera. Other than that, it just says Shield right in the middle there. Let's flip around to this side. On this side, there is just, you probably can't see it very well, a base reflex port. On this side, we have a mini HDMI micro USB port and another base reflex port along with a 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the front of the Tegra Note, there are forward-facing speakers with dual bass reflex ports. The sound from the speakers is really good. You'll hear it a little later in one of the demos. And right here is also the 5-megapixel front-facing camera. So the front and back cameras are both 5-megapixel. As I mentioned, the Nvidia Shield tablet has an 8-inch screen with a full HD resolution. It's actually a little better than HD. It's 1920 by 1200. The SoC is the Tegra K1, as we've mentioned. This particular device has 16 megs of internal storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. There will be a 32 gig version with LTE connectivity. This one is priced at $299. The higher end model is $399. So let's take a quick look at the Nvidia Shield controller. The buttons, the joysticks, the D-pad is very much like the Nvidia Shield portable, but as you can see, this one is completely self-contained. It connects to the Shield tablet via Wi-Fi direct. It is not Bluetooth. Now what that allows is for lower latency and more bandwidth between the devices. You can actually stream audio through the controller. It's really, really cool. So here you have the back buttons, the play button, the home button, and the Shield button. This is actually a volume rocker. That is a button. This little portion here is a capacitive touchpad. That is a nice little touch. If we come around to the back, I don't know if this is going to come across well on video. You have the micro USB charging port and a headphone jack, and of course the trigger buttons. Now Nvidia is claiming 40 hours of battery life on this guy here. If you're streaming audio through the device, that gets cut down to about 20 hours.
Hey guys, this is Mithun here at Nvidia, and what you're looking at is Trine 2, the full version running on Shield tablet. The version of Trine 2 that we're using here is using the exact same rendering engine as the PlayStation 3, and it uses the exact same high-resolution texture assets. Pretty cool looking game. It also supports drop-in, drop-out co-op gameplay. I don't have access to a second controller right now, but it looks and runs gorgeous. It's a beautiful game, very, very fluid frame rates, and I'm not sure how to pass this puzzle, and therefore I'm going to die. But that's Trine 2. Let's jump on into game streaming. Again, it's a Shield device, so game streaming is at the core of the device. What we're showing here is a game called Grid 2, and we selected Grid 2 for a couple of reasons. One being, it looks pretty good. It's still a pretty popular game, but much more importantly, with racing games and first-person shooters, it's very, very difficult to mask the latency. And as Marco can tell you, there is no discernible latency with game stream on the Shield tablet. It's just gorgeous. It works, and it looks, works and plays as if you're playing the game natively on the device. It's beautiful. So this is game stream running on the Shield tablet. So what we're looking at here is War Thunder. For those who are not familiar with War Thunder, it's actually a brand new game. It's not released yet, it's just out on open beta. Think of War Thunder as a World of Warcraft, but with fighter jets and tanks. Again, as you can see, it looks absolutely gorgeous running on a production Shield tablet device. Very fluid 30 frames per second, very high resolution textures, very complex geometry. So you're seeing the real deal over here. But here is an interesting tidbit about War Thunder. The version that you're seeing running now on the Shield tablet, it's completely cross-platform compatible with the PC, PlayStation 4, the Linux machines and Mac. So what that basically means is that your friend or your buddy could jump into this world on his GeForce GTX powered PC or laptop, and you could log into the exact same world on your Shield tablet, and you can play for, with, or against each other. So that's pretty awesome, and that just speaks to how Tegra K1 brings feature parity with next-gen consoles and a PC. So hey guys, this is we're going to be demoing Twitch game streaming on the Shield tablet. Just a brief background. Think of Twitch as Netflix for gamers, wherein people can actually watch other gamers play, usually professional, but then there are others too. So this is something that's been something that only the PC and PlayStation 4 have been able to do, native Twitch streaming. In fact, even the Xbox One can't do it just yet. But guess what? Shield tablet is going to be able to do native Twitch streaming. It's going to be the first mobile device to do so. Bringing up the Twitch menu is extremely simple. Hold down the back button for 2 seconds, tap on broadcast, and you're good to go. There you see. It usually takes about 10-15 seconds for it to show up on the Twitch client. That's just the way the Twitch server is set up. But as that happens, let me walk you through actually what's happening. What you're looking at here is Asphalt 8. It's a generic Android game, and the reason we selected this game is just to drive home the point that you don't need to have a Tegra or a Shield optimized title to be able to use Twitch streaming. It works with any game, any app. But much more importantly, not only can you stream actual gameplay, which is cool, again, no other mobile device can do this, but you can actually use the front-facing 5 megapixel camera to also stream your own video as an overlay over there. You can go into the settings, change the transparency, change the layout, very flexible. You can also use the built-in microphone to chat in real time with your followers on the Twitch client. Pretty awesome, really amazing. But here's another nice quick feature. We have beautiful front-facing stereo speakers on the device, loud, rich, deep sound. But let's say you see yourself playing in a cafeteria, for example, or you're on a flight and you don't want to bug the person sitting next to you. Since the Shield wireless controller is Wi-Fi direct and not Bluetooth, it can actually wirelessly stream audio from the tablet to the controller. We have a built-in 3.5mm jack over here, so you can take any generic headphone, plug it right in, and you're good to go. And the jack is a two-way jack, so you can even use the built-in microphone, so the boom mic, and it works perfectly fine. So that's Twitch streaming on the Nvidia Shield tablet. Hey guys, this is the Nvidia Dabbler app. It's an advanced art studio that uses the GPU to accurately simulate fluid dynamics and physics. Let's show you an example of what I mean. I'm going to draw a quick stroke across the screen, and as I do that, you can see how it accurately simulates the paint being absorbed into the canvas. Let's take it a step further. I'm going to turn something called the gravity mode on, and you're going to see something really cool. As I paint, you can watch the paint dribble down. That's happening in real time. Let me do that again.
So it's all about latency. Wi-Fi Direct also gives
so the device actually uses input from the gyroscope and the accelerometer to see the angle and the orientation of the device that's being held. Gives that information over to the GPU, and which simulates this in real time. So if someone who actually knows how to paint, which I clearly don't, gets their hands on this device, So you could do something cool like this. This was actually done in-house by an Nvidia engineer using the Tablet app.
That works with at launch. We'll have tablet support.